And a warm welcome to the program. My name is Anthony Sebali and you're watching Smart 24. The show is Financial Markets, and of course we are here to take you through what the capital markets as well as the money markets are doing in Uganda and how you can get involved in that action. Welcome back from Smart Means Business with Joram Paul Sonko, of course, you into the business day today. Today is the 7th of July. It's a Thursday morning. I hope you're having yourselves a wonderful morning. And of course, today we have a very segment where we look at the performance of the stocks here in Uganda, but as well as other securities, how they over the last 24 hours. Now, you can be part of our conversation here by following us on our Twitter handle, that is at Smart24, or you can watch us live on our YouTube live stream. And leave a comment, leave a question that you would want to get answers of, and we will be doing just that here on the program. My name is Anthony once again, and of course we are looking at the data right now from the Uganda Securities Exchange, a body mandated of course to sell securities in Uganda by the government of Uganda. And definitely we will be looking at how the markets performed yesterday, starting with the all-share index, how it played out, and also other indices like the local company index, and also looking at markets around East Africa. And we will also peer into the cryptocurrency world, seeing how the coins are doing as well, and all this and more is coming up on the program. But first, let's have a look at how the market was as yesterday. Now, by the close of yesterday, we had about 9 bottom losers. And one of them was Uganda Cranes Limited, who led the losers by about 6.63%. Those were the losers there. 9 of them led by Uganda Cranes Limited. Quite a number there, especially here in Uganda. The local listed companies like Umeme as well registered some slight drops in prices, looking at the market as it played out yesterday. Was another loser in the National Media Group, also lost on the market yesterday, and Centum Investments also went down, and East African Breweries Limited went down as well. And then looking at the other side of the coin, the gainer was only MTN, who back to about 4.35% of the prices as of yesterday. Remember, the market in Uganda opens at exactly 9 a.m. and closes at 1 p.m. And the trading hours are between 9 and 1. And so if you want to trade, right now is the time. And definitely the information we are giving you here is part the close of the market yesterday, without looking into the market this morning. But the market is already open, and definitely brokers are doing their best, trying to trade on behalf of their clients and seeing that the market keeps moving there. Before we go into the details of how the market played out, let's have a look at the all-share index. The all-share index, we are seeing a steady going up because by the beginning of this month of July, we were actually seeing a drop to about 1,100 points. But we can see over the past 4 days this week, the index, the all-share index for Uganda Securities Exchange has gone up. And we are seeing yesterday alone, there was an appreciation of about 3.62 points, meaning the points went up by 0.3%, as you can see on the graph here on my screen. And if we can look just a little bit back, maybe going back about maybe 3 months ago, in around May, March, we are seeing that the all-share index was also not very high up there above the 1,200 mark, except somewhere between March and April, where it shot up to almost 1,600 in just a single day, but then dropped back to around 1,300 over some period of time. And looking a little bit farther back, we are seeing that the price, the index points were between 1,300 and 1,400, and there was a slight low in December 2021, which also wasn't so sustainable, but went up again and lingered between the 1,300 mark and the 1,400 mark. Before that, between August 2021 and December 2021, we are seeing that the index was well above the 1,400 mark, meaning averagely we have gone down a little bit, but not to worrying levels when it comes to our index. If this is new to you, the index is just a simple average weighted kind of calculation that helps us to monitor or track the performance of the market as per all the various listed equities. So the index can be divided into several other indices. You can have the local company index like we have on the Uganda Securities Exchange, monitoring the domestic companies. And now this index we are looking at, and which we call the benchmark index, is as well the benchmark index, the one we look at when we are monitoring the company's performances as per their average performance on the market. And it's not looking so bad, looking at the fact that we hit the lowest at the beginning of this month, that is about last week on Friday. We are steadily going up, and it's a promising market, if I can say, as of yesterday, 6th of July. This data definitely from the Uganda Security Exchange gives us a picture of what the markets are like as we look into what we should expect in the next couple of days on market as well there. Now, looking at the entire market here yesterday, we are looking into the bottom losers here. Uganda Clays Limited, who lost by 6.63%, actually is one of the people that actually experienced a little bit of stability at the beginning of the year. He was trading at around 21, 20, and 19. And I think since the year began, this is one of the lowest prices that Uganda Clays has actually hit, 0.74. Beginning the year with around 20 cents, and ending right now this trading day with 17 is quite a significant amount there. And definitely this means a lot for shareholders here in Uganda Clays and the people who are prospective investors in the company as well. Wumeme also, this is one of the lowest. Wumeme has hit 230. Wumeme began the year well off with about 240, 245 Ugandan shillings per share. It went slightly to 235, now down to 230. And that is just a single loss of about 3.28%. That is Wumeme Limited, and it's a distribution company for you there. The Uganda Electricity Distribution Company is in charge of distribution, it's in charge of generation and other activities. But we can see it has been doing quite well on the market, very strong and resilient, given the fact that it gives back a lot to its shareholders. Even just this year, declaring a dividend of over 54.9 Ugandan shillings per share to its shareholders at the beginning of the year. So it's quite significant, and we will watch what happens next for Wumeme Limited on the market. And this loss is not definitely something I worry about as of now at the moment. Down to Kenya Airways. Kenya Airways witnessed also a loss of 0.6%, and we can see that Kenya Airways here at 120.51, it has been averagely trading around the same price, going to as high as maybe 125 and as low as maybe 119. So we are not worried when we see this loss in Kenya. It's not something we can worry about as well. Just a little less of about 0.65% from the day. Nation Media Group at 538.05. Well, also hasn't had those significant changes in prices, and this is not a worry at all when it comes to the trading price for Nation Media Group, because it has been trading by around 545 highs and about 535 lows since the year began, and just 0.65% as of yesterday, to a price of 538.05. Centum Investment Company, of course, Centum has had quite some activity on the market, some movement, I can say, but this 0.65% loss comes at a time when actually Centum Investment was picking up in price and going a little bit up above its regular trading prices, given the fact that some time back it had lost value to even below 300 shillings. Looking at the trading day, probably Friday, we had Centum Investment trade at around 289, and it went up last Monday, just last Monday, to a price of about 320 plus, and now we are seeing a change of about negative 0.65% to 311.5. Not that strong change or deviation from the average pricing of the Centum Investment Company equity there as well. So we're not worried as well. The only person who went down and maybe created some kind of goosebumps was East African Breweries. East African Breweries Limited began, of course, the week so well, shooting up to prices of over 4,400 after a very serious loss that is last week in prices. From about 4,000 to about now 3,800. And we are seeing him today coming at 4,389.37, which was, of course, not a significant drop of about 0.65%. And definitely this is not worrying at all, and we are hoping things will work in favor of East African Breweries as well. Something to note about East African Breweries, this year it's making 100 years of existence since it began in 1922, and of course it has been one of the listed equities in Uganda for quite some time now, and has been quite a good outstanding performer there, with one of the most stable prices or pricings there on the market. And this change significantly doesn't prove anything for East African Breweries Limited. On the gaining side, as I said, we already have MTN Uganda, who came out at a 4.35% increase in price. And we are seeing that MTN yesterday was among the losers, losing up to about 170 shillings. And yes, I think this is a strong comeback as well for MTN Uganda, and we are looking forward to another stronger comeback, maybe probably tomorrow by the end of the trading day today. And we are seeing people getting more enthusiastic really on the market when it comes to some of these telecom companies like MTN. And this gain definitely will maybe impact people who had shares before, yesterday. They bought them at 170, meaning today they're getting a capital gain of about 7.39, and that's how the market works. Definitely today you're down, tomorrow you pick yourself up and keep going, and that is, of course, MTN Uganda there for you. If you want to take part of this action and you want to know how to actually get started on your trading, in your trading game, you can dial *165# using your MTN card. Just this talking about MTN already listed, but it can also help you get to buy other equities on the market, like CIPLA, like East African Breweries and the like. All you have to do is to dial *165#, and after that you will go to financial services, that option, I think option 6. And when you visit financial services, there is another option for the Uganda Securities Exchange. And when you go there, they will give you options for registering, so they can actually get you a stockbroker. And when you get a stockbroker, definitely the stockbroker will help you open a Securities Central Depository account where all your shares will be kept, and you will start enjoying some of these privileges of trading on this market. We're going to go in short break, but when we return, we look at the other equities on the market, how Simpler performed. We look at the summary of trading as of yesterday. How many shares were bought? How many shares were sold? Who actually moved the market? And what's the current market capitalization of Uganda? Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.